You are most welcome back into From the Depth. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and of course our honored commissioned officers in the army of Gmodism: Stellar Admiral LCG Canyon, Captain Scooby Rocks 12345, Commander Eugene, Lieutenant Asteria, and Cadets Shark 93 and Marty McBacon. We're all very welcome to another little battle with the Draconia. So, recently the Draconia has had a quite decent winning score for some reason. And not to spoil you, just check the playlist and see the battles. It's actually in the Building a Battleship playlist, just because I don't know where to put them. And there's probably more battles now than building episodes, I don't know. This time, the secret advisor / Cobrax submitted his Hollywood class. And you can see, it's not tiny. It's actually rather large. So if we just go to this view here, no, not this view, like this view, you can see it's absolutely humongous. Wait, okay, this is a little bit interesting. 1 second. Yes, so basically, before, well, the secret advisor posted or submitted a ship I had to decline because it was too much wood spamming. And now I have kind of agreed to have a battle with a wooden ship. Even though this thing is, of course, absolutely enormous. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Yeah, that's some aim point. No, that's like to be cheap, but still, yeah, okay. It's a meme. Oh my god, wooden tetras just to keep the... I've done so too, I shouldn't complain too much, but oh my god. It's basically air with some gaps, and oh my god, this is crazy. In any case, I've agreed to have a battle between the Hollywood class and the Draconia, of the simple reason that the secret advisor's Hollywood class, it's like $1 million in cost, so it's half the cost of the Draconia roughly. And he has specifically tried to make it an anti-lag version, so it does not use any air pumps, and it doesn't have any anti-missile missiles or anti-missile torpedoes or stuff like that, if I understood things correctly. It's only utilizing, well, and it seems that this time the secret advisor has actually some detection sideways, because in the space tournament we had some issues with it not detecting things in front of it. And this time, basically, because it's a 1 million disadvantage, it's half the cost. Even though it's so large, it's only wood, it's half the cost. So he asked to be spawned in a 90-degree angle, because this is a broadside ship. So I granted that request, as it is so much, it's so much cheaper. Even though it has an enormous, absolutely humongous bulk, it is half the cost. So let's get this battle started, and the Draconia is the version as you've usually seen. Oh my god. Oh oh my god, what's happening? This is DIF-Gun's broadsides, right? Draconia is down by 9. It's down 10% is removed by the initial volley. Holy smokes, that's insane. Oh lords, ladies and gentlemen, we're in degraded mood. We are 10 FPS. And the Draconia has just instantly lost more than 10%. while the Secret Advisor's Hollywood class is at 99.3%. So, wow, that was some powerful stuff. Alright, so it will probably be a little while until we see the next volley. Oh no, it's coming, it's coming. And the laser is lasing, of course. God damn it, the game froze a little bit there. Yeah, so this is, even though he made an anti-lag version, this is why we usually don't accept crafts this, this size with these many blocks. It's just too many blocks for my poor computer to handle. But it's looking a little bit bleak for the Draconia so far. Definitely so. It's just so much bulk. Holy smokes, it's insane. And like the thick portions like this. And the Secret Advisor really makes a point of only using wood. So it's kind of crazy there. Alright, and how's it going here? Draconia is down to 85%. And it's of course much lower than it usually is, just because of the simple fact that, well, it doesn't have any air pumps. Alright, and the thing is, it's just so darn many blocks to remove. A thing like this takes forever to kill. And remember that wood is the thing that gives you the most amount of health points per material. So even though it's anti-lag, it's... God, this is kind of insane. The next volley... Was it incoming there? It's a little bit hard to see in the graded mode for sure. And we can see that our detonation is making some big holes, of course, but it's just fluff. It's like designed to just... It's just fluff. The entire thing. It's like layers and layers and layers of fluff. And it's just so much of it. Ooh, actually metal? Why? Is this the AI or something like that? Why do we have... I need to pause this. This is interesting. What makes Secret Advisor use... It's an empty space. Oh, that's ammo. So, ammo and AI. The only reason would use that is... yeah. Ammo and AIs can be in metal boxes with heavy armor and basically ERA and stuff like that. Right, you can see it's only 1 minute in the battle and it's so laggy, so it's so slow, of course. I guess, like the armor percentage, I'm kind of surprised that the armor percentage is 34%. I thought it would be kind of smaller than that. It doesn't even seem to use any anti... Oh man. It doesn't even seem to use any anti-armor. Or anti... Shit. Oh no. Bam. It just tears away. Ah. These DIF-Guns. This is like a proper... DIF-Gun meme. Oh my god. Yeah, so for anyone who thinks that wood is useless as armor, well, if you make a point of making your entire craft out of wood, you can just have so much bulk and so much fluff. It can be quite powerful. It will be interesting to... Oh no, we lost the laser. The Draconia lost its laser during this volley. That's really bad. We have real bad chances of winning this. We're down to 72%. The main gun was, we shall see. Oh no. Yeah, the main gun. No, is it online? Hard to tell. The laser is down, and the laser is the most important thing. We have the vertical launching missiles. Oh man. I think the torpedoes are probably the only thing that could deal enough damage, but I don't know about that at this point. It's just dealing... It's just so broken with these diff volleys. I think they're diff volleys at least. There may not be that. There can be just slow outloaders. We can possibly just check in here. Now that's diff guns. Yeah. You can see very minimal design diff guns. And since it's basically only wood, it's of course not EMP completely safe, but it's pretty insulated just by having that sheer amount of wood. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Draconia down to 70%, while the Secret Advisor's Cobrax Hollywood class is up, still at 91. 68 percentages. Oh man. Well, that is quite interesting indeed. We'll have to run this match 2 times more and see if we get the same results. And we of course need to see what if we would not give the Secret Advisor the benefit of having a 90-degree spawning angle. Will it still win, or does it depend on being able to line up its initial volley? We shall see indeed. Well, Draconia is down to 67 percentages, so I would deem it highly unlikely that we will actually complete this thing. Okay, then we can see here what's happening. We got the missiles incoming. You can see these small missiles, they are quite weak, but of course they are tearing holes because, well, this isn't even full wooden blocks. These are like actual tetras, so we're really having some extreme bulk. The entire thing behind this is basically being as big and bulky as possible, which gives us a kind of inherent aim point spoofing, because probably you'll only be aiming at empty air, however, wherever you aim. So it's a good chance that wherever you try to aim, there will basically be nothing. And I wonder what is inside of this thing. That's... Oh, that's a little AI in the turret too. Oh, we can just see from above here how extremely much larger this thing is. Wow. Looking at this, the Draconia is just so small. At 62 percentages, it's kind of interesting that the Draconia is still trying to fight this thing. Wow. And since there are so many structures and areas and stuff like that, and it's just so spread out, you can really lose a lot of turrets and still be basically as powerful. We can see the mortars, they're tearing big holes. If this was a normal ship, it would be devastating. But because it's the Hollywood class super dreadnought at 1 million cost, man. Yeah, like, since the Draconia can deal with the can of course deal with the BBS 5th season, while the Draconia is 400k materials more expensive, so it can deal with it. But this thing, it's at 1 million, and it can probably win over that easily too. Since the Draconia beats the BBF this season, and this seems to be beating the Draconia, that's kind of a feat to be able to beat it with such a material disadvantage. Pretty cool. Oh wow, and these, like, we really had to spread out these missiles like far enough to be able to actually destroy the ground the turrets are standing on, to kind of get rid of them. The only way to deal something with like this, it's having some kind of insane frag weapons that just shotgun things to pieces. Probably rapid fire frag APS would be the thing to go. That's shaped charges that's hitting that too. Draconia at 60 percentages, 59, 58, it's going down for sure. We are quite sure that the first win is going to the secret advisor. Yeah, we can see here. Main gun is gone. It can barely keep up with the lost blocks. And what are these explosions occurring here? It's hard to say. Like, if there are incoming shells here, they are so fast we can't even see them. I mean, explosions like this can't just occur out of thin air. Wow. Very powerful indeed. Wooden armor, extreme bulk, can barely run the FPS, but well, the first round goes to the secret advisor's Cobrax Hollywood class. So let's do a little rerun of this and see if we get the same results. So here we are for round 2. And we can just keep our distance a little bit here so we can see what's happening. Oh my god, that initial volley. It's absolutely insane. And you can see my laser beam is going right through the Hollywood class ship. Yeah, its armor is being just fluff. So it doesn't matter, we're just lasing through it, and lots of the damage potential gets absolutely wasted. My decoys are not doing anything good, that's for sure. The next barrage is incoming of the DIF-Guns. And the Hollywood class is in the lead by 3%. Wow, if this laser... If I could steer my guns manually, I do think I would win this thing by just cutting... cutting all the turrets off manually with a laser and then bisecting... Or actually, wow, yeah, I think I could win this pretty easily if I just could control the guns myself. Because if we bisect the ship that's remaining, like the part that's remaining, would be below 55%, yeah? So bisection, of course, means to cut in half. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. Draconia is down by 10%, 40 seconds in. Wow. It's going down pretty quickly. It's hard to see what we're even getting hit by, just because of the extreme lag and the extreme size of this battle. You can see this laser is melting through pretty easily. Just imagine if we would just cut this thing in half. Just zoop, that would be so darn useful. You can see it accidentally cuts off turrets here and there. And if it just had focused, I do actually think that if the laser had a focus time of much shorter than it has right now, like it focuses for only like, I don't know. If we somehow could use what is it now? Breadboards to somehow set it up in a way that's just sweeping, doing like sweeping motions. Oh, interesting. So these main guns on top of here, they're diff guns too. This is a proper diff gun meme. That's some detection falling off. It looks like the Draconia is doing a better job during this battle. It seems to have been a little bit more lucky. Everything depends on the initial diff volley. We'll see how this battle develops. And it's just so many diff guns, it takes a long time. Wow. Imagine just cutting this thing in half. That would be so amazing. And it's so unlikely that the AI would do this with no breadboards. And now the laser has really found a block to focus on, which isn't too good. If it could just cut off that detection tower, it would be so much easier. It's kind of amazing how little detection a huge ship like this has. Or does it have it? Oh, it does have some. Oh yeah, it has one on every turret. It's actually decent. I take that back. The detection is decent. It's decent. Whoa. Those mortars were a little bit off today. The laser is still online. It gives me hope still. And of course, this ship can't sink just because it's unsinkable. It's out of wood. It can't sink. Even without the air pumps, it can't sink. And it feels like the more diff guns we cut off, 2 new takes its place. Here we can talk about relying on fluff and expendable firepower. A good strategy, very efficient. Oh man, it's just so unlikely that the laser actually... But it seems like the... Oh no, never mind. The next diff volley is incoming. I think... Bam. That's... Wow. That's the main gun completely hollowed out. It seems the ejector did not have time to eject the shells. Somehow the explosion just completely deleted it. Oh no, and there we go. The laser seems to be offline. Our huge missile is gone since long. There is basically no hope left for the Draconia. And more diff ones are incoming. Well, the mortars are still online, but they don't do much. Of course, they remove huge chunks, but since there is so much fluff, that barely matters. You can see the turret base of this thing is like not very large. It just relies on a lot of connection points. This ship is basically made out of papier-mâché. That's pretty insane. As we have these tetras all over the place, you could basically equate this with papier-mâché. So this is why this structure would of course not work IRL, because it just does not have structural integrity at all. Man. Just seeing the interiors getting torn up. Draconia down to 66%, and it's still fighting because that's what it does. I wonder... Oh, I think we see the next cram volley pop down here. Let's turn to slow motion. Here they come. Soon. See if we can see if they will even hit. Oh, it looks like they won't be hitting. Oh yeah, that one might be hitting. Oh, I think it did this hole. Hard to tell. Man. 65 versus 83%. Pretty powerful indeed. If the Draconia by some weird chance would win this, it would take forever. That's for sure. You can see these small missiles, they're basically made to be a nuisance at best, but you can see they're dealing major damage. Here we have the medium ones, they are actually a little bit scary. Shaped charges. Glad he had Era inside of here, I bet, but this one is empty though. Well, we probably should look how the Draconia looks at 65.4%. Man. Oh, and a lot of these are shaped charges, so they're basically creating spalls inside of here, and it's just such a big air gap. The damage probably ends up being about nothing. It's kind of insane though. The Draconia at 61.9% is still a formidable battlecraft. You can see some of the shields, oh my god, how is this even holding together? You can see some of the shields are still online. Some of the anti-torpedo defenses are online. The vertical downwards launching missiles, the torpedoes, it's all online. The vertical stabilization is online. Well, no. The vertical missiles, or many of them, are still online. The APS, laser, And crams have gone home long since, except the cram mortars. The cram mortars, one side of the barrage is basically half intact, it seems like. It seems like all but 3 are working. On this side, oh, a few on this side seem to be working too. Like that, maybe. Insane. And the Hollywood class is starting to tilt a little bit because of all the holes. But when Draconia loses its laser, it's very sad indeed. Well, very resilient though. I'm wondering if the Draconia isn't dealing more damage now than the reverse way around, like per second. I'm almost starting to think that. You can see they're barely reaching it and then they just get stuck somewhere. Oh, they're diving down, going down. They're just chilling inside of here, trying to reach their locked on target. Oh no. Now they ended up doing no. Imagine a torpedo getting lost inside the ship, detonating eventually, and ending up dealing no damage because it's so far away from the interior walls. Ladies and gentlemen, this is some extreme bulk. Well, the next diff volley came in. We're down to 56.8%, and that's of course no reason to not continue fighting, because the Draconia is, or the killer baby seal as we call it, it's resilient like that. Well, let's follow this thing and see where it leads. Will it go through? Ha! Hitting basically absolutely nothing. Oh man. Oh man. I do think it's possible to set up the Draconia in a way to specifically beat a wood fluff craft like this. But yeah. And I'm wondering, like, all of these small turrets, are they just casually mini sandblasting? These are probably so small we can't register it. Like micro shells. Oh man, it's uber tiny DIF-Guns. What the hell? That's crazy. Can't be worth the cost in materials. Minimum gauge DIF-Guns. Alright. Yeah, this is DIF-Guns through and through. Oh. The missile torpedo things are incoming. And they are going to do what exactly? No, what? Guys, what are you doing? Get back to target. Oh my god. Weird. Alright. The ship has found an aim point somewhere in the front for some bad reason. So the missiles end up going for a fluff. Or just diving, chilling on top of the ship and ending up doing almost no damage because it's only fluff. Oh lords. Wow, and this is the anti-lag version, ladies and gentlemen. This is the anti-lag version. Imagine fighting the proper version of this thing that's not anti-lag. We would get like no FPS. We would have to measure our frame rates in FPM, frames per minute. Yeah. Impossible to win against this bulk, but seriously, if I could steer this thing manually, I'm pretty sure the Draconia would win. And same is of course true for the secret advisor, you know. You can just aim for the laser, make sure that's out. But with a laser, just bisecting this zoop should go pretty quickly. It's like, mostly, it's just wood. We could just bisect it, zoop, and it would despawn. But that's not the case. Here we have aim point, here we have inherent aim point spoofing. Like this entire thing is a big aim point. And there the DIF-Guns reloaded and put the Draconia under 55%, which forces it to stop fighting. And here we have the energy solution for this thing. We have some basic steam engines, just long rods like that. Fun and efficient. Well, with the given opportunity to spawn in prime broadside angle, the secret advisor indeed wins the best of 3. Because it's won 2 in a row, which means that it's winning. We will do a test battle with this thing just facing it the old forwards direction, just to see if we get any different results. I will tell you this, that every time we start one of these battles, I have to wait for a solid 3 minutes for the ships to load in, and it looks like the game is crashing every time. Just so you know, this is stretching my PC's ability for sure. So, let's start this battle. Let's see what the Draconia can do if we were facing each other the normal, classical way. Like forwards facing. So we don't get a diff broadside onto us directly. Well, we're in degraded mood, of course. The laser is just lasing. Seems that like the Draconia has not yet taken damage. The game froze for a second there. Oh my god, I think we hit with our main gun. Yeah, there we have the EMP too, it's just zoop. Wow. The laser is doing a good job. Oh my god, are we gonna have a collision? I think the Draconia is stupid like that. I don't think it backs off. I think it actually doesn't. I think I actually set it up to not back off. Just because the Draconia is usually tougher than the enemies. It even has a few of these for kinetic damage. But this thing is massive. We would not survive a crash. Oh my god. I think the Draconia will get a little bit more than it can chew. Holy smokes. The FPS is down to 3. Oh man. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my slideshow. Oh! This is so silly. Wow. So we have an FPS of between 2 and 3. It's very much it's very much Microsoft Office going on here. It seems like the Hollywood class is going... Is it gonna run over the Draconia? Are you kidding me? We're having these kinetic things there, but... Man. Oh no. I think we just have to set it to slow motion. Or maybe not. I don't know what will take the longest time. Man. I felt like my kinetic pieces in the front didn't help too much. Yeah, they just ran into each other. And if you see in the upper right corner, kind of, my huge missile is coming along here. I think we should maybe turn back to full speed and just hope that things work. Ain't much faster than... and here we have more pieces. So it's just fluff, but remember, it sticks together. Oh man. Yeah, so this is not the normal from the depth videos I usually record, but this is why I said no to wood spam ships in general, because my current computer cannot handle it even. And I don't have the best computer, but I don't have a bad computer either, so it's like, this is some heavy calculations. And it says 47 seconds in. Yeah, sure. Oh man. Watching paint dry. Well, the kinetic plow in the front is very gone. Very gone indeed. Draconia is at 98 and the Secret Advisor's Hollywood class is down to 89. They're basically grinding each other down here by kinetic impact damage. Quite insane, yes. Oh, what the hell? Oh, man. You know what? Oh, man. Just areas just disappearing when it's in contact. I'm going to pause the recording and just look back in a while and we'll see what happens. Slideshow. Yeah. This is a new experience, I would say. I just like the fact that Draconia is kind of starting to be inside under the Hollywood class Super Dreadnought capital ship anti-lag. It's like the deck is going over the Draconia. And apparently we're only 1 minute into this battle, if you were wondering how long it has been in game time. Look at this. Well, by this we can see that, well, we don't know of course, but perhaps the Draconia wins close combat battles with this thing. We will make the spawning distance between this ship a little bit longer and see how that affects, because we don't want them to collide, yeah. Alright, so I spawned these with a 4 angle offset and basically twice as far apart. So let's start this little battle and see how it goes this time. And the Draconia uses lasers, of course, so it has a good chance of dealing initial damage. I don't know how the secret advisors set up those DIF-Guns, however. It's kind of fast, isn't it? Speed mode, top speed 21 meters per second. Okay. And there we see the laser is lasing. It seems that the DIF-Guns are not firing for some reason. Maybe they are set up to fire at a closer range or something. Because right now it's only my shells coming in here. And there we see the laser is shifting points. Cram mortar seems to be coming in from the side. And there we have the the cram cannons too. So this time they are not on a collision course, which is probably a good idea. The Draconia is set up to point towards enemy, of course, but it doesn't turn fast enough, I think. And it's set to not back off too. And now I think Hollywood class will be able to line up its first broadside soon. And at this angle, the Draconia's laser has a better chance of actually dealing damage. Where is this huge missile trying to aim towards? It is... Oh. It's basically missed. Oh no. Will it collide? No. Die. It's a miss. And the mortars are coming down, dealing huge explosions inside of there, and most of them I would suspect basically leads nowhere, because it is like exploding in an empty space. And there we see... Wow, the missile barrage from the side here really deals damage. It kind of surprises me that the diff broadside hasn't been initiated yet. Now they start firing. Why now? It's basically set up to not fire when they're facing forwards for some reason. And now we can see the Draconia is dropping in percentages fast. She's got a 10% lead as the Secret Advisor's Hollywood class is down to 85%. The laser has disabled some of the main guns. But the main guns are just diff guns like everything else, so there is no main guns. Everything is a main slash not main gun. Alright. Laser is still online, but oh, here the second volley of the mortars come in, dealing decent damage, and some of them going straight through because, well, they are designed to take on heavier targets than something like this, for sure. So many aim points to select from. It just has to be a lot of computing power trying to select the aim point, man. Now it's lagging really much for some reason. I wonder if we have a chain explosion in the Draconia or if something is collapsing in the Hollywood class. Man, this is large. I can just imagine placing these blocks. Oh my god. I think the Secret Advisor has a pretty decent computer. Or something should be decent about it to just build these things. Well, well, well. I don't know if the laser just tries to find another aim point or if it's just... No? Is the laser offline? Oh, god, these diff rods are really popping in here. They're quite scary. The laser doesn't look that damaged. If it's damaged, it's some internal damage. That's not good. Man. I don't know why the FPS is so sad. Yeah. Wow. Now we can't do battles with these many blocks in the future. This Secret Advisor, it was fun trying out this design, but in this large scale, no more. I can't do it. My computer is not capable of hosting these kinds of battles. In a smaller scale, yeah, sure, that is workable. But at this scale, man. And you also use Tetras. Oh, the laser isn't offline. And you also use Tetras, so it's just so many blocks. Wood spam. Using Tetras all over the place like this, I kind of feel like it falls under cheese. But yeah. Cheese, but half material, basically. Is this a legit win or not? I don't know. But you seem to be winning this for sure. Whoa! Did you fire that huge missile, or is my own missile coming back? Didn't hit anything? Secret advisor down to 80%. Yeah. I think we're gonna end this battle here because the frames are not doable. So we would say that the Secret Advisor's Hollywood class does definitely fall guilty of wood spam cheese with all of this tetra blocks. So it is some kind of like aim point spoofing for sure, even if it's inherent in the design, like using tetras all over the place like this, like the entire thing is built out of tetras. It's just not barriers, it's the entire thing. Almost. That makes it definitely feel a little bit cheese, but it has half the materials, so I mean it's over 1 million, but definitely, you know, it's basically 1 million, and the Draconia is 1.8 million, so almost 2. But man, too many blocks. And the Hollywood class wins when we are giving it the opportunity to spawn with 90 degrees with the broadside ready there. It absolutely wins. When we are setting up the battle normally, it is unclear who is going to win. When we faced right forwards with a collision, it looked like probably the Draconia would win eventually, but the frame rate didn't allow us to check that. And it's the same thing again. The frame rate doesn't allow us to check this slightly offset battle. The Draconia is in the lead, but it's hard to say if it would win to the end or not. So under normal conditions, it is unclear who wins, but the Hollywood class wins when it gets the benefit of spawning at 90-degree angle. That's the conclusion. So thanks a lot for watching this slideshow. We can't have wooden battles. We can't have battles with these many blocks, that's for sure. In any case, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. This is your host Gmodism, and we are signing out. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. Bye bye.